Hey guys, I'm going to go over a little bit of a Betty video that she did this morning, because it is so full of shit, even for Betty. And she's giving misinformation to people that really shouldn't go out and do what she tells them to go out and do.
So we are on the hunt for information in Seylah Santinello's case. We're going to continue our hunt. We know we did the right thing in the Seylah Santinello case. We are actually going to be formulating a search party. So everybody, even the haters, have an opportunity to go out and help a family in need if they so choose. So we will be coordinating this, and they don't have to be a part of our group. We can coordinate in several different groups. You can learn to clear an area.
No, and you don't clear areas, and no one would learn anything about a professional search from you. Okay. Number one, you don't go live while you're searching for obvious reasons. What if you actually found a body? Do you think that should be live, Betty?
So that's going to be open to each and every person primarily. I hope that.
Yeah, anyone can go and search. They don't need your approval or for you to coordinate. Anyone can search. In fact, law enforcement has searched the hell out of that area.
At the content creators that reside in Tennessee will be putting this up on their platforms for their audience. If we need all hands on deck, we're going to be going out to the Kingsport area. We have several areas in mind that need to be searched and cleared. And
number two, you don't clear an area. Only law enforcement clears an area. Here's a scenario. The person that killed Seylah, let's say she was killed. I don't know anything at all that she was or wasn't. But let's say she was. And that killer decides to go on the search with you. You don't search the way law enforcement, or even like Tim Miller, who I've searched with, does a search. Because you're all scattered. You walk around in a circle, you go forwards, backwards, you stop to talk to people on your live stream. It's ridiculous. So the murderer goes with you and he says, "I'll clear over here. My area is clear." And you think law enforcement's going to take your word that the area is cleared? Do you have common sense at all?
It's going to be coming up in the next week or two. I will give you guys dates. So anybody that would like to attend and would like.
Do you not have better things to do with your time? Just saying. Ask it.
A lot of people are short on resources, but they have time. You know, they have gas in their car and they've got feet. Right?
So you've got the resources to keep going back and forth to Tennessee.
And hopefully we can elicit that kind of response. And not only that, but the people that have never done a search before, this would be a great opportunity to understand about identifying areas and going in those areas and how to properly clear them.
You don't know how to do a search. You are not qualified to teach anyone, and you're taking them into the wooded areas where law enforcement asked people not to search. They could get hurt, and then law enforcement has to come and find you. This is crazy making here.
A great experience, great educational experience.
No, it's not. Betty, go and watch actual searches when they clear an area for law enforcement, or for like a group for like Tim Miller. Join their searches. Ask Tim Miller to come out and search. You're not conducting a proper search. Just because you have an app, you're not clearing anything for anyone. This is crazy.
That they can take home with them, even if they don't live in Tennessee or they're in Tennessee, but in totally different communities. They'll get real life, help in.
Honest to God, I was laying in bed, just thought I would I don't listen every day anymore. Just thought I'd listen. And you're doing this crazy shit right here. I had to do a recording. Betty, stop it. Look at you.
To help in their community. When somebody else goes missing, they'll have the knowledge of how to properly.
I'll never understand if you actually believe what you're saying, if this is a total grift and you've done it for so long that it becomes natural to you. I don't know.
Search and how to clear areas.
Oh my God.
And how to notify and track those things. There are a lot of programs that even if you're not searching in conjunction with the help of law enforcement or law enforcement directing you to areas, you can still have a program that can help track your area, and that report can be submitted to law enforcement.
At which point it's useless. Law enforcement is never going to take a search that wasn't organized by them as clearing an area. Now, if you find something, that's a completely different thing. They will be glad to take any tips that you have. If you want to mark an area and say you found something here, you found something there, of course they want that. But clearing an area is not something you will ever do without an organized search that is cleared with law enforcement or in conjunction with law enforcement.
And so they know that that area has truly been combed over and went through thoroughly, and law enforcement.
Combed over involves tons of people in an area like that, walking side by side and walking very slowly, looking down at the ground in front of them, and they go in a straight line. You can't do this with you and Olivia. You would never clear very much area anyway, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about.
Knows that that area is complete.
No.
And these are things that people can do. Normal people like me and you can do all on our own. We don't need, people coordinating searches. We don't need law enforcement, telling us exactly what we need to do. We have the information that they need. We know what reports they need. And so.
No, they only need a report if they've coordinated it with you. Otherwise, if you find something cool, let them know. Otherwise, they don't need your reports because they're going to laugh at you. You're just going to get people hurt up there. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, and you can sue me for saying it. Okay? I'll give you the timestamp later.
We know how just to submit those reports over.
And what about background checks, Betty? Are you going to do background checks? Everyone that goes on the search with you, that's why you do them. Because you could have one of these people that are searching with you could be the killer. And they're going to skip over that area because you don't do it correctly. What about insurance? You're coordinating searches. You're coordinating them. You're saying it right here. So if they get hurt, who are they going to sue?
Missing a loved one. I did a check on TikTok, and Seylah Santinella's name was searched over 7.5 million times. And I have to say that.
Look how proud she is. This is what she wants, the viral video.
That made me just
tickled,
joyful and gleeful that I feel we had a hand. This channel had a hand.
How gleeful was Leylah's mother that you got 2 million hits? 2 million hits. What came of it? Anything?
Hand in bringing that kind of awareness to that case.
So I'm going to show you the TikTok that got 2 million hits on Betty's TikTok.
They were saying there's a hole in the fence line. Yeah.
Okay, see, their searching is just kind of walking around.
Oh, this is definitely not the hotel. This is so right here,
No,
over in the back of the woods.
Okay. This is really good. Of course, every time Olivia shows up, even for a day, they find something, right? This will not disappoint.
We determined there's the walkway right there, a paved walkway right here.
Like law enforcement didn't check right next to the hotel where she was seen last.
Behind this fence is the AmeriCorps Hotel. That her moving stuff and looking down and doing that all the way down here to that, and then over past that, it just.
How does she know what she was doing? Like moving past there, coming this way.
That just is something that I've seen. Look at.
She's seen it so many times before, guys.
This.
Here we go.
That looks like a hotel comforter. That looks like
the hotel comforter. Now, either someone from the homeless camp stayed at the hotel and left that out there, or I don't think Betty would even, I would think they wouldn't stay there, but do you think law enforcement would just leave this behind if they thought it belonged to her?
Card from the hotel. Not going to know whether or not somebody picked her up. We're not going to know that unless law enforcement has.
They actually, on another video, turned this into law enforcement. And they were so excited. They actually called it Layla's camp area.
Information that she left the area. There's definitely no.
And then the music stops.
Cameras here. So it could very well be that somebody picked her up. We don't.
Okay. And what I found also interesting, look at her hashtags. Murder mystery, murder, news, latest news, trending, Netflix, documentary, serial killer, serial killers, Gigolo Beach murders, TikTok. Oh, look, finally, Seylah Santinello. Missing woman, that's good. Missing girl, missing Tennessee. What's with all the murder? Serial killer. But you did get a lot of awareness, a lot of good awareness. And finally,
because let's face it, they don't get paid much.
She's talking about social workers.
So I really don't believe, I think the system's come a long way. I just think right now we're dealing with the fact that we have so many bodies in the system and so few resources to help deal with it. And it's something that was cultivated. One time our government was on this war against.
Wait for it.
Drugs and the drug cartels. Well, now that's not the case anymore, because let's face it, we all know, whether you realize it or not, that our government has joined forces with these cartels in an effort to elicit money for their wars.
Have a great day.